Hockey Night in Fitchburg here on FATV. John Giggity joined by Dan Bolak. Falcons taking on the Corsairs of UMass Dartmouth. And Dan, we had a chance to talk before the game with Falcons assistant coach Chris Kine, and he was really impressed with the play of goaltender Kirby Sari this season. He's a junior, and he really mentioned that Sari has stepped up his game this season.
Absolutely. He's been challenged by an incoming freshman in Brian McGrath. They've been tandeming in net. They're the only team in the MassCAC that's been pulling a goaltender tandem this year. Everybody else has settled on one keeper, but the Falcons going back and forth between the freshman McGrath and the junior Sari. And that's helped push Sari's numbers to high levels. 239 goals against, 931 save percentage, and a 3-1-1 record. This is Sari's 25th career game.
Now, real quick, one thing we haven't mentioned, these teams have been on break. Neither of these teams has played a game in more than a month due to the change of semesters. For the Falcons, their last game was back, I believe, on December the 2nd, if that's correct. Yes, December 2nd, a 4-2 win over Worcester State. So more than a month layoff for Fitchburg State and for UMass Dartmouth coming into this one.
And both of these teams beat very good teams the last time they played. As you mentioned, the 4-2 win for Fitchburg over Worcester. Worcester, that's their only loss this year. And for UMass Dartmouth, they beat a ranked UMass Boston team in overtime in their last meeting.
We are underway here at the Wallace Civic Center, and here with the play-by-play action is Danny Bolak.
Thank you very much, John. As Hunter Wilhoit carries around to the left side boards, tries to bring it up to center, intercepted by Chris Vicario. James Gordon out to the left side. And he's going to find Nick DiNicola, who's already on the ice. He snuck his way out there. DiNicola trying to protect there. Is that Kramer? That is Kramer, excuse me, number 19, not 18. They go to left point, try to find Kramer in the left wing corner, but that puck is intercepted by Jerry Laxo. Laxo with the pass up ice to Casey Shea, a player to watch for UMass Dartmouth today. He'll carry into the left wing corner, and he will leave it there for Kai Kapasi. Kapasi goes out to the left point, shot is blocked. The attempt made by Noah Anderson, and now go all the way out into the Corsair zone. Connor Cooley will go D to D, but that pass broken up at the red line, and Tyler Orilla will take it for the Falcons.
Pass by the Corsairs went right off the stick of Casey Shea. Fitchburg State able to pick up the turnover.
Yep. Now taken in by Anderson in the neutral zone, sent into the right wing corner. Josh Shaboyu, pass goes off a Falcons skate, picked up there, and there's a dangerous chance for UMass Dartmouth. But the puck just floating around in the slot, nothing can be done. And now it goes into the left wing corner where the Falcons will look to send it around the boards. Kept in the zone by Anderson. He takes a shot. That goes off the stick of Sasha Figge. Into the right wing corner, Victor battling for the puck. And there's a blast from the right circle by Jonathan Ruiz, the save made by Kirby Sari.
Already Kirby Sari doing a great job in goal on the first offensive possession by UMass Dartmouth.
Now Tyler Orilla trying to make some moves, but really pressured by the Corsairs, and now they'll try to take it up ice. It'll be flipped down by Mason Nichols into the Falcons zone. Out of the reach of Savoy, got picked up by the Corsairs. A centering pass goes no the neutral. Now Fitchburg going to change lines as they move it around in a delayed offsides against UMass Dartmouth. They've tagged up, and now they take the puck on the left side boards. A pass looking for Brandon Berkeley out of his reach. Michael Fretz now to the red line. Kevin Perry at the red line. He'll dump it in for the Falcons. Played behind the net by Drew Michaels of the Corsairs. And around the boards, Kenny Tenza to the neutral zone. Picked up by Fretz now for the Falcons. Fretz carries into the zone. Offsides. Kevin Perry was just over the blue line.
Perry, a good skate length, skate and a half offside. Pretty easy call.
17:30 to go, first period. No score, shots 2-0 in favor of UMass Dartmouth.
2.5 minutes in. Take a breath. This is fast-paced hockey already, and these guys are going to go all night like this.
Yep. And I haven't called a hockey game in 10 months, but it's good to get back in the swing of things. As into the left wing corner, Will Hoyt moves it around, and now gained into the neutral zone by Kirkwood. Pass up ice, players falling down in the Falcon zone. Fitchburg trying to control. They've got that fourth line out. Eklund looking for Dean Zerby. Pass taken by the Corsairs, sent down. Will this be icing? Yes, it will be. And the faceoff will go to one side of Drew Michaels. Michaels, as we mentioned, playing his 64th career game. This is his third year, his senior year for UMass Dartmouth. His third year because he played a year of collegiate hockey with Middlebury right out of high school. Played 4 games with the Middlebury Panthers. Things didn't work out there. He went back into junior hockey, played a year there, and then he ended up at UMass Dartmouth, where he's had the starting job ever since. Controlled by the Corsairs, now into the neutral zone. This is Kirkwood. Kirkwood on the right side. Shot goes wide to the left of Sari. Picked up at the blue line by Laxo. Tried to keep it going, but the Falcons take. And now here's a chance. Jermaine nearly had a play on that one. Just wasn't able to control it. Now his leg's a bit tired. He'll come off for a line change.
Jermaine had a step on his man, just couldn't handle the puck.
Sorry, leaves it behind his own net. Falcons defenseman tries to protect there. And Victor, bad angle shot. Goes behind the net into the left wing corner now. And that is Jay Clark. As 4 players try to dig this one out in the left wing corner. 16:20 to go in the first. Still stuck in there, as they really are working to try to dig that puck out. A lot of pressure there, but still nothing. Officials thinking about blowing the whistles. They let it play on. Finally, it's poked free into the neutral zone. Corsairs take it coolly, trying to go D to D, and Vicario trying to bring it back in after it crossed the blue line. Offsides is the call. 16:03 to go in the first period. And a couple players to watch for UMass Dartmouth. One of them is Casey Shea. Shea playing in his 93rd career game, 110 points. That's a lot here at the Division III level at this day and age. He was the 2015 Rookie of the Year, and last year made the All-MassCAC first team. He just took that face-off for the Corsairs and lost it to Sasha Figge. As that one is flipped up in the air, Michaels, like it's a can of corn, makes the catch and will hold for a face-off.
Michaels was looking to dump that one off, but the Falcons were coming in pretty hard. He just kind of shrugged and said, okay, I'll take the face-off.
Just leave it there. Michaels, one of 3 captains on this Corsair team, along with defenseman Jerry Laxo. And as we mentioned, Casey Shea, all of them All-MassCAC players last year. Figge in the right wing corner for Di Nicola, moving around to the left side. Fitchburg looking to center. Di Nicola now comes back to the right into the circle. At the point, there's a shot. Look for a deflection in front, but just wouldn't go. And now loose out in front, a poke towards the goal by Di Nicola. Here's a one-timer score! Sasha Figge with the shot! And the Falcons on their first shot of the game lead by a goal to 0.
Shots on goal are 2-1, but for Fitchburg State, that was really their first chance of the game, and they capitalize. Sasha Figge puts in the one-timer.
Figge takes the shot on that one, and he looked like he was pointing at Di Nicola too, maybe at least for the setup pass. But nonetheless, great puck movement by the Falcons, and they strike first here in Fitchburg. Ninth goal of the season for Sasha Figge. There's a shot stopped by Sorry as UMass Dartmouth tries to respond quickly. Laxo on the left side boards. Decent puck movement from the Corsairs, but it ends up on the stick of Michael Fretz, a 2-on-2. Perry's onside this time. Fretz with the shot, a jumping save from Michaels. Rebound goes to the left, to his left, and it's picked up by the Corsairs, but now taken by Hayashi. Hayashi puts it along the boards, looking for Perry a little too hard, and Wilhoit will take it for Laxo. Behind the net it goes. A little over 5 gone here in the first, and the Falcons with the first strike.
UMass Dartmouth seem to have all the momentum. Now they find themselves on the back foot. They had all of the pressure, and now they're down 1-0.
Corsairs trying to respond here. The puck pinballs around in the Falcons zone, but no damage done. And Dean Zerby will dump it in as the Falcons change behind the play.
Zerby looked like he was going to go 1-on-3 there. He got a shoulder to the gut from Noah Anderson for his trouble.
Brought into center now, Alexander Jocelyn ends up sending that off of a Corsair skate and into the bench. Whistle with 14:18 to go in the first. And here's one of the interesting things for UMass Dartmouth. Now, if they're going to have to do something they haven't done all year if they want to win this game. And that's a thing that, okay, I could have set that up better, but they're 0-5 when they can see the first goal is what I want to say.
Okay.
The Falcons are 4-2 when they strike first. And now they're having a discussion on where the face-off should be. They're thinking it should be in the neutral zone since it looked like that was sent off of a Corsair skate into the bench. But it looks like they're going to have the face-off to the left of Kirby Sorry. You can see the explanation given from the referee to head coach Dean Fuller. Wasn't too happy about that, but it's going to be a face-off to Sorry's left. The Falcons win the draw, and Jocelyn sending it around for Spencer Segui, a little stronger there, now all the way out to the red line. Cooley tries to hold on to that one. He is dispossessed. Germain dumps it in, delayed offsides. Falcons had to tag. Now the Corsairs will try to settle from Anderson. Anderson will go for Berkeley. Stretch pass, and this is taken in by the Corsairs. A shot saved by Kirkwood, and it nearly trickled all the way through Sari, but it did trickle through Sari, but not into the net, fortuitously for him.
Jeff Kirkwood displayed some really fine stick handling, setting himself up for that shot.
Kirkwood had a goal in the last meeting between these two teams back on October the 31st, a game that Kirby Sari needed to make 50 saves in a game that was a 4-4 draw. Corsairs dump in. Victor first to get there for the Falcons, looking for Kramer. And now moved on Gordon, trying to go cross ice to Vicario. He's able to pick that up, pass it to himself, lost his stick, but he was still able to keep control of the puck there. Now as two Corsairs try to take it away, and with the backup from Gordon, Vicario still has it. Vicario trying to find Kramer, now back to Vicario, pinned into the boards by David Skarbeck. Now battling there, Jay Clark and Ricky Kramer. Kramer used to be a defenseman. He converted to forward this year. And he's been a solid contributor up front for the Falcons as well. But it gives you a little more of that defensive presence, that experience having that. Evan Burns takes a boomer of a shot, and that one sails up into the netting and out of play. Face-off will be to the left of Michaels, excuse me, with 12:48 to go in the first.
That one had some serious elevation on it. It looked initially like Michaels was going to make the catch about chest high, wound up going over the boards into the net.
Michaels still looking for his first save of the contest. The only shot on target he's faced has gone in. Now to the point, a deflection wide on the shot from Victor. Now from the left circle against the boards, Figgy moves it around the boards. Laxo will try to settle this one down. He's not going to be able to get there. Kramer's going to win that battle there. Tries to stick handle past Laxo. Now it goes to Victor. Victor holds up on the shot. Go to Warilla on the left side. Pounded into the boards there by Wilhoit. And the Corsairs take possession, try to come the other way. A 3-on-3. As Shea tries to go for the bad angle shot, just tap it on. And Sari was there and ready. He's able to go down and make the save.
That play developed very quickly. All of a sudden, Corey Shea found himself right in front of Kirby Sari with an open 5-hole. Sari was able to adjust very quickly.
Shea with 3 goals, 16 assists this year for 19 points, 110 career points for Shea. As we said, a 3-time All-MASCAC honoree. Falcons trying to take control as here is Fretz on that pass that was a little too far. Connor Cooley only playing in his second game this year on defense there. And now Saboyu tries to hold it in the zone. Perry trying to flick on. Anderson pushed into the boards. And now Fretz makes a play on it. Hand pass signaled. Face-off will be outside the Falcon zone.
11:56 to play here, first period. Fitchburg State leading 1-0.
Going back to 1984, so in the Dean Fuller era, the Falcons are 27-37 and 7 all-time against UMass Dartmouth. A fairly balanced rivalry, a long-time rivalry too between Dean Fuller and former head coach John Rowley for UMass Dartmouth. They faced off against each other for 32 years. They started as head coach of their respective programs at the same time, 1984. Now atop of the slot, trying to control his UMass Dartmouth. Not able to get a clean shot off. Now they do. The shot from Tenza goes just high. On to the left side now for Skarbeck. Into the corner. Falcons able to take control out of the corner, and they'll try to get it out of the zone. And that's as far as they're going to go as Ruiz intercepts. Here's Tenza, top of the left circle. Trying to go behind the net, looking for a give and go, a one-timer. That goes nowhere, and the puck ends up squirting all the way down into the Corsair zone. And Wilhoit able to take it, will go D to D for Mason Nichols. Pass a little too strong for Brandon Berkeley, and Saboyu will take it for the Falcons.
Fitchburg State able to get a much-needed line change. Now they got a breakaway.
Biggie with the shot and a kick save from Michaels, and that was his first save of the contest. Now coming back the other way, here's Brendan McDonough. McDonough with a shot, kick save by Sari. Another chance from a bad angle, and Sari makes the save there, and a third shot from Laxo. And Sari shuts the 5-hole. 3 quick shots for UMass Dartmouth, and Sari equal to the challenge on all 3.
You see Kirby Sari throwing his hands up in the air after that third save. It's almost as if he's saying, where is my defense?
Already 7 shots on target for UMass Dartmouth, 3 for Fitchburg, but the scoreboard says 1-0 in the big red letters. Nice hit there as Kirkwood has stood up by the Falcons. Jocelyn trying to move it along. Falcons looking to change lines. And Laxo will retrieve for the Corsairs.
And that was Jocelyn who gave that big hit.
Corsairs ready to bring it up ice. McDonough will dump it in. Now the Corsairs will change lines. As Connor Court tried to settle that for UMass Dartmouth, could not do so. Di Nicola now for Fitchburg. He finds Gordon. Gordon has Kramer to his right. There's a shot saved by Michaels. Rebound is flipped up into the netting and out of play. And the faceoff should be in the in the Corsair zone. 9:49 to go in the first.
Fitchburg State has the goal, but it really seems like UMass Dartmouth has all the offensive momentum. They are applying tons of pressure, and thus far the Falcon defense, mostly led by Kirby Sari, has been able to keep them out of the net.
And that's something worth noting out too. The Corsairs, they average 4.15 goals per game. That's 9th in the nation out of 88 Division II and III teams. And first in the MASCAC. The Falcons just behind them, 2nd in the MASCAC, 11th in D2 and 3 with 3.91 goals per game. Glove save by Sari, his 8th save of the night.
So we expected coming in for this to be a bit of a high-scoring game. Both of these offenses very capable. The Falcon defense has been tougher thus far.
Indeed they have been. Shot off the face-off, blocked out in front. Corsairs pick up behind the net, moved around to the left side, wants to find Scarbeck to play it along. Falcons take and now bring to the neutral zone. Here's Vicario. Vicario skates up, passes to the left side, wants Di Nicola. Di Nicola shrugged off by Mason Nichols. 18-on-18 action there, as this is Vicario. Left point, Victor. Victor moving it along, back into the corner. One of the Corsairs upended in Nichols. We play on. Back to the point, Victor will go for Burns. Burns trying to move it along. That takes a hop. Kramer trying to knock it back for center into the slot. He'll end up picking up here, goes to the right corner. Now Burns with a shot through traffic, shrugged away by Michaels. And Victor can't keep it in the zone. Now he's got to get on his horse because Casey Shea's trying to pick that puck up. And we have a whistle, looks like offsides. As that got messy a little bit on the exchange into the zone. 8:46 to go in the first, 1-0 Falcons.
Victor and Shea got tangled up just as Shea was trying to take that into the offensive zone. No penalty call. Face-off will come just outside the Falcon blue line.
We've been clean thus far, but of course that means I'm probably going to jinx it, and we might get a penalty in the next minute.
Oh, in the next 15 seconds.
Yep, because that's the announcer's curse. That's how that works. Tenza dumps it in right wing corner. Connor McPherson gets to it for the Falcons, moves it around the boards. And this is going to go all the way down in the Corsair end, no icing, so Will Hoyt's got to get on his horse. He'll get to the puck with Zerbe right behind him for Jonathan Ruiz. Laxo tries to kick it along. Now on the far side boards, picked up by Stephen Leonard. Leonard will go near side. Laxo stood up by Germain. Beautiful dispossession. Brandon Eklund now. Falcons with their 4th line on the ice. It's the energy line, the ones that are willing to do all that dirty work. Germain, Eklund, flips it in right wing corner. Falcons are going to change up and get the Warilla line out there. Warilla and Figgy. And now that goes past down into the Fitchburg zone. Alex Jocelyn around the boards. Di Nicola.
Corsairs changing up as well.
And now it goes back for Anderson. Puck stolen by Warilla. Not much he could have done there. Had to wait for reinforcements. Corsairs will bring it out. Here's Berkeley. Up on the left side, takes the shot, saved by Sari, doesn't quite have it held. He thought he had it in the glove, and he gets bowled over at the very end. And I think we will be getting a penalty here.
You remember when you said it would be 1 minute, and I said, no, it'll be 15 seconds? Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
It has been exactly 1 minute and 15 seconds since you said that.
Ah, so it was a combination.
We're both cursed, Danny.
How do you like that? And you saw the play, too, that Sari, he tried to knock it down with his glove. It was right in front of his pad. It wasn't completely covered. Mm-hmm. So the play was still on, in a sense, and
then he was able to cover it up, and it looked like a Falcon player got checked into and over Kirby Sari, and then from there, all heck broke loose.
It's Brandon Berkeley in the box. I presume 2 minutes for hitting after the whistle, but we'll get confirmation. This will be the first power play of the game, and it'll go to Fitchburg State. Yep, and we have a replay. As we look at Berkeley. You can see it there, but we're back to live action. Kramer takes a shot. That deflected, and maybe Michaels got a piece of it, but that was dangerous. Nearly was 2-0 for the Falcons. As now it goes back out to Kramer, now to the left dot. Falcons holding, back to Kramer. Kramer shoots, blocker save by Michaels. Behind the net now, DiNicola looked for a tip in front from Figgy, and he just couldn't get it quite on, and it's cleared just far enough. Kramer will play it back, Falcons resetting. Corsairs trying to make a line change. Here's Warilla. Warilla with the shot saved by Michaels. He was able to close the 5-hole. Figgy now. On for DiNicola, for Warilla. Falcons with all forwards out there. Well, it's like 4.5 forwards because Kramer's that converted defenseman, and he's basically playing the defense role here on this power play. He goes back to get it as it's been cleared, and Figgy will come off along with a couple other Falcons.
Corsairs have managed to kill off half of this power play. Still a minute left.
And now there's a backhand chance saved by Michaels. Rebound controlled by the Corsairs, dumped all the way down. Sorry, we'll get to it. And he'll play it along, keep it away from Connor Court.
Jerry Laxo cleared that off for the Corsairs. He did yeoman's work on the first half of that penalty kill.
Part of the reason why he's a 2-time All-Mass CAC honoree. 35 seconds to go on the power play. 6 minutes to go in the first. 1-0 Fitchburg. The Falcons regain the zone. Backhanded around. They're looking for Fretz in the right wing corner. He picks it up, charges to the puck, tries to go out in front. Couldn't quite get the shot off. Falcons have closed the shot on goal tally now. 8-8 as it's been cleared. Back down the ice.
Maybe time for one more push on this power play for Fitchburg State.
But not the cleanest entry taken by Anderson. He's looking to try to send it down ice. It's not sent down ice as Burns is able to keep it in. Puck pinballs around. Jonathan Ruiz has it. He'll hold it on back for Laxo. Penalty is up. Berkeley is out of the box, and the first penalty of the game has been killed by UMass Dartmouth. A log flip in from Laxo, and sorry, won't take any chances. He'll cover it up.
Now, Dan, we were able to see the replay of the penalty that led to that last power play, and one thing really stood out at me about that. You remember those like old-timey cartoons? You've got two kids on a schoolyard and they want to bully one kid. So one kid says, you get on all fours behind him and I'll just push him and he'll fall over your back. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened to Kirby Sorry.
Face off to the left to the right of Kirby Sorry, and it moves out to the right side as Jocelyn not able to get a clean clearance, and not a clean pass from UMass Dartmouth either. Now Fitchburg trying to push on. Could get a 2-on-1 here, but nice poke there by Mason Nichols to break up what could have been an odd man rush for the Falcons.
Nichols, a junior defenseman out of Oviedo, Florida, did a great job, as you said, Dan. Poked that puck loose and cut short-circuited a 2-on-1.
Yep. Germain takes a shot that goes through the legs of David Scarbeck, but does not go through the legs of Drew Michaels. He holds on for his 8th save of the contest.
And after the whistle, you see Germain there barking over at one of the UMass Dartmouth players. Looks like that's Patrick Rennie he has problems with.
Rennie, a sophomore forward. He's playing in his 6th game of the season for UMass Dartmouth. Face off to the left of Michaels, won by the Corsairs, and Laxo, the Finnish defenseman, moves it along for Mike Sones.
Yes, that's Laxo, the Finnish defenseman, not Lasko, the small appliance manufacturer.
Ah, yes, I wish I knew what that was.
They make fans.
Ah, do they?
They make good fans. I have a Lasko fan.
That's good to hear. There's a plug. There's a shot through traffic. That squirts. Does that go in? Yes, it does. It didn't go in at first. But UMass Dartmouth saw the puck was loose on the goal line. I think that was Shea who poked it home. It was Shea or Laxo, one of the captains.
Sorry thought he had made the save. He got his glove down. Puck went right through between his legs, through the 5-hole. He thought he had it covered up, but it trickled through his legs, hit up against the side post. I think we're going to have another look at it here. Take a look. The puck is loose behind Sorry, and right there, the Corsairs are able to capitalize. That's number 10 for UMass Dartmouth, Casey Shea, with the equalizing goal.
4th goal of the year for Casey Shea, his 38th career goal to make it a 1-1 game. Falcons bring it up, and this is Vicario. Vicario trying to find Gordon. Now there's a slap shot from the left side, and Michaels equal to the challenge. Shots now 10 apiece, score now 1 apiece. In the right wing circle, Leonard trying to settle for UMass Dartmouth. Now here's a pass, shot out to the top of the slot from Jonathan Ruiz, and that goes high.
Ruiz had an open opportunity one-on-one against Sari, couldn't hit the net.
8 goals this year for Jonathan Ruiz and 21 points. He's one of the most dangerous players that UMass Dartmouth has to offer. Laxo carrying the puck up for Ruiz. Shot, glove saved by Sari. He wasn't quite sure where it was. Now out to the neutral zone. This is a 2-on-1. Perry going, shoots, and it goes off of Michaels. Falcons take control of the rebound. Fretz now behind the net, tries to center for Hayashi, but Perry not able to get that pass off. Fretz trying to protect it. Hayashi trying to make a play on it, battling with Scarbeck or Tenza, one or the other. And the Corsairs just able to bring it out to center. Falcons wanted play with a high stick. The official immediately said play on. Here's a 3-on-2 developing. Fretz shoots, it goes just high. Try to get it barred down, and he just missed it by about a foot. Corsairs trying to come back quickly. This will be a penalty against Fitchburg. As down to the ice goes McDonough, and now players tumbling, and words being exchanged behind the Falcon net. No love lost between these teams.
That all started, Dan, and the initial penalty call came because Josh Shuboyu basically just tripped a Corsair up with his stick. UMass Dartmouth obviously not happy about that, and Shuboyu will go to the penalty box.
2:52 to go in the first, 1-1 the score. You can see still words being exchanged between Brandon Berkeley and Connor McPherson. Shuboyu goes into the penalty box. We'll see if there are any more penalties to be had. We'll see Mike Sones talking with one of the officials.
We mentioned at the top of the broadcast, these guys have had a month off between games. They've had plenty of time to rest, recuperate, get their energy back, and these guys came ready to play and also ready to fight, but they're hockey players.
I'd also like to point out, too, Fitchburg is one of the least penalized teams in the nation. In fact, the least penalized in the MASCAC this year, 10.5 penalty minutes per game. So on average, about five minors, which, as we said, that's not terrible in hockey terms. UMass Dartmouth nearly double those in penalty minutes a game, 19.3. They're actually one of the more penalized teams in the top 10% of the nation. But now the first power play for UMass Dartmouth, and they've got a good power play, 23% on the season. That's second in the conference. The Falcons, however, 48 for 51 for 94%. That's actually third best in the nation. So a strong power play against a strong penalty kill. As Ruiz not able to get that shot off, a Corsair tries to step up and Shea, but Fitchburg able to sprawl out and clear it and kill a few more seconds. Laxo carries it back into the zone, looks for Shea. Off of Ruiz now, there's a sweeping shot by Kirkwood. He got a power play goal last time these two met. A centering pass into the slot cannot be controlled by the Corsairs, and the Falcons will send it down the ice. After the penalty killed, about 60 seconds to go on that. And 1:52 to go in the first period, a 1-1 game here from Fitchburg. Falcons go for the 90-footer. That goes wide to the left. Michael has paid it no mind. Stephen Leonard, Jerry Laxo. Falcons trying to do some penalty killing there from Germain. A transfer from Worcester State. Falcons got him this year. His first 2 years he spent as a Worcester State Lancer. That's dumped back down by the Falcons. Corsairs still having trouble regaining the zone. Now 30 seconds to go on the Corsair power play. Laxo again. Makes that long pass for Mike Sones. Sones can't control it, and the puck pinballs into the Corsair bench. 1:14 to go in the first, 23 on the power. We are level at a goal apiece.
Falcon defense has done a really good job thus far. Not too many opportunities for UMass Dartmouth. They actually had more in the first 5 minutes of this game when it was even strength than they've had on this power play.
Indeed they have. The faceoff brought all the way back into the Corsair zone. Anderson has to go and retrieve it. And now this is Tenza. Gains the blue line. Tenza looking to protect on the left side. Now out for Nichols. Nichols trying to hold it. The point, under a minute to go. 3 seconds on the power play. Sent around to the right side. Anderson's going to have to get a shot off if he wants to be on the power play. It won't be. Shuboyu's out of the box. Falcons back to full strength. Nichols holds. Top of the left circle. Takes a shot. Saved by Sari. Rebound is loose. Still loose. There's another shot. Another save by Sari. I don't think he knew where it was. Puck pops up in the air. Another bad angle chance. That doesn't go either. 35 seconds to go in the period. What another crazy chance for UMass Dartmouth.
That puck went straight in the air. It was 2 feet short of the ceiling.
Dina Cola scores! What beautiful moves from Nick DiNicola to answer for Fitchburg. 26.5 left in the first. Fitchburg State 2, UMass Dartmouth 1.
We'll take another look at this one. Nick DiNicola breaks free right in front there, and a beautiful shot just to the right side of Michaels. Gets into the net, gives the Falcons the lead back. And then he pumps his fist for good measure.
All the exuberance from the Falcons, all those great chances for UMass Dartmouth at the end of that power play, and Fitchburg was able to come back. DiNicola able to navigate his way through the Corsairs' defense. So DiNicola gets the goal. It's his 6th goal of the season. Warilla's got himself another assist. And now the Falcons, in the final 30 seconds of this first period, have a 2-1 lead. We'll see if the Corsairs can answer. Down to 10 seconds, having trouble really getting any offensive pressure. That slips through everyone, no icing. And trying to get there is Kapasi. Kapasi looking for a center, not much time. Laxo winds, fires, blocked out in front. And that is all the time there is here in period number 1. The Falcons take a 2-1 lead as McPherson has to be shepherded back towards his bench to prevent him from jawing any more with the Corsairs.
Dan, you look at the score, you look at the shots on goal, you think, okay, it's 2-1 Fitchburg. UMass Dartmouth has one more shot. This has been roughly a level game. I don't think it's played out that way. UMass Dartmouth has had the majority, I would say the vast majority, of offensive chances. Fitchburg's goals have just been quick strike, instant offense.
Absolutely. So we had Figgy at 4:27 from DiNicola and Warilla. That made it 1-0. Casey Shea, after that total mess in the goal mouth, Shea was able to finish it up. Laxo with the assist at 15:30. That tied it up at 1. And then at 19:34, Nick DiNicola from Tyler Warilla and Evan Burns. And you saw DiNicola making his way through all the defensemen. Just a absolutely powerful individual display to make it a 2-1 game.
We'll take a break here for the first intermission. We'll be back in 15 minutes with the second period. It's Hockey Night in Fitchburg right here on FATV. Hockey Night in Fitchburg here on FATV. 2-1 Falcons as we get ready for second period action here from the Wallace Civic Center. I'm John Gugerty, joined by Danny Bullock. And Dan, what'd you think of the first period of a hockey action here?
It was a high-energy first period, back-and-forth action. Shots pretty level. It depends on what we're going by. The scoreboard in the Civic Center says the shots were 12-11 UMass Dartmouth. The live stats, which are going to be what get uploaded at the end and what's going to end up being the final official total, says it's 17-16 Fitchburg. Regardless, a lot of scoring attempts, a lot of great opportunities in the first period, and some very nice goals. In the end, Nick DiNicola with 26 seconds left in the period, giving the Falcons the 2-1 advantage.
Falcons will be going right to left here in the second period. UMass Dartmouth has the left side as you look at it on your TV screen.
And for Fitchburg, it's like if they can tighten up a little bit on defense, we saw at times Kirby Sari looking a bit exasperated. Like, where is the defense? Where is it? There's that point where he had to make 3 saves in a row. He was a bit cross with the defense core on that.
Just a little bit.
And then, of course, the goal that went in, Casey Shea, it's like it was a shot that was stopped. It was sitting on the goal line, and Sari didn't know where it was. In the end, it was Shea the first to get there for
Felt
UMass
like an
Dartmouth.
eternity that puck was loose. You're sitting there watching and going, there's no way. Someone's going to cover that puck up, right? Someone's going to cover that puck up, right? And nobody covered the puck up until it was in the back of the net.
Casey Shea, in the end, had a 1-footer, and that was UMass Dartmouth's lone goal. So for the second period of action, John Gugerty, have a go at it.
James Gordon takes the faceoff for Fitchburg State, gets it back to Josh Victor. Picked up in the Corsair end. It's Casey Shea with it. Sent along the near side boards now. And Shea will send it back to Jerry Laxo. Laxo gains the line, passes it back to Shea, takes a shot, stopped by Kirby. And it's knocked out by the Falcons. Picked up for UMass Dartmouth rather, by Laxo. And the Falcons get it back out of their end. UMass Dartmouth applying the pressure once again. Evan Burns will go back to chase for Fitchburg State. Burns gets it up out across the blue line. Can't find a man, however. UMass Dartmouth will send it back in. There's Corey Shea once again. Falcon offense now. James Gordon with the puck. He's got Kramer behind him. Gordon takes a shot. Save made by Michaels. Tip-off goes to Kramer. Can't get a shot off, however. UMass Dartmouth will take it out. Sent back in. Corsairs will get a change. Fitchburg will take it on ice, up the ice. Easy for me to say. Shot from the back from Subayu goes wide. Corsairs looking at a 1-on-2, taking it into the Fitchburg end. Jonathan Ruiz giving chase. Defended well by McPherson. Warilla with the puck now for Fitchburg State, and he gets it out. Falcons 2-on-2 if they hurry. Drops it off. Nothing DeNicola could do with that one. Corsairs get the puck back, send it into the Falcon end.
There's miscommunication on that last drop pass there. And the recipient for it, I think the pass was intended as if the recipient was supposed to be shooting on the other side. I didn't catch the numbers.
David Sarbeck chasing this one down for the Corsairs. No icing. Takes a moment, sets up a play. Falcons with the lead. They're more than content to just sit back and wait. Let the Corsairs come to them. Mason Nichols loses the handle. Puck sent back into the Corsair end. Chase down there. Looks like that's Dylan Radin for UMass Dartmouth. Now Kenny Tenza takes it into the Falcon end, dumps it off, and the Falcons will give chase. Defended there well. That's Alex Jocelyn for the Falcons. Puck loose in front of the middle. Shot, no, doesn't get off. Shot was blocked. Kirby Sari didn't have to do anything. Now Warilla, Tyler Warilla with the puck for Fitchburg State. Looks to drop it off, nobody there. Corsairs pick it up, kept well in the end. Well done there by Corey Hayashi just to keep it in, but unfortunately for him, the Corsairs pick it up. Now 2-on-2 for UMass Dartmouth, but offside. Jeff Kirkwood was just about a skate length ahead of the man with the puck. And you can't do that, Dan. That's against the rules.
You cannot do that, and Kirkwood just ahead, and the UMass Dartmouth shooter, and Brandon Berkeley, I believe, a bit cross too, because that shot did beat Sari cleanly. But not given. The offside was clear.
I'm sure Kirby Sari would tell you, oh, I heard the whistle. I didn't need to make a save. I heard the whistle. He was offside. Don't worry about it. He was offside. I do. Face-off is controlled by the Falcons. It's Josh Victor with the puck. Tries to get it up along the far side. Intercepted by UMass Dartmouth. That's Brendan McDonough with it. Sends it in. Falcons clear.
Long booming shot on the 3-on-2 from McDonough, but it sails well wide of the target.
Hayashi trying to make something happen. Corsairs control the puck well. 3-on-2 now if they hurry. They'll dump it in instead. Falcon defense covers up the puck very easily.
Tried to hit Perry on that cross-ice pass there, but UMass Dartmouth reading it well enough. Strong physical play from both of these teams today, and well positioned in the neutral zone. They're making it very difficult for each team to find their way into each other's attacking zones.
Shot by Jeff Kirkwood is deflected, goes up into the netting. We'll get a face-off deep in the Falcon end. 16:29 to go here in the first period. Falcons still holding a second period, excuse me. Falcons still holding a 2-1 lead. Fourth line on for the Falcons. Dean Zerby loses the face-off. Corsairs control. Shot goes all the way into Sari. Nothing he can do about it, though. Gets in behind the Falcon net. Corsairs down a goal, looking to press the advantage here, get back in, tie this game up. Falcon defense able to send it out over the blue line. No icing. Loose in the neutral zone, corralled there for Fitchburg State. This is Connor McPherson. Sends it in all the way down.
With enough emphasis around the boards, the Falcons were able to tag up and get the play on. UMass Dartmouth thought they could take their time because of the delayed offsides, but the Falcons had a chance to make something happen on it. In the end, it turned really to nothing, and now we'll see what the teams do here.
Very fast-paced action in the first half. Not so much here in the second, but it is early days yet. Still 15:30 to play.
Haven't seen much in terms of shots in this period as well.
Both teams content really to dump and chase. Fitchburg State, this is Josh Suboyu with the puck. Sends it in, and the Corsairs will control. Now sent back out for UMass Dartmouth. Looking for Casey Shea. He can't handle the puck. Kramer has it. Sends it along the boards to Chris Vicarian. Back to Kramer. Controlled at the blue line by UMass Dartmouth. 1-on-3. No, we're going to get a whistle.
Offside's the call. Corsairs never properly tagged up, and so Kapasi was offsides as he went after it.
Kapasi saw the opportunity, grabbed the puck out of midair, but he didn't bother, complying with the rules. So, again, you can't do that. They have whistles for that sort of thing. Falcons control the faceoff deep in their own end. Pass goes wide, however. Corsairs will gather. They'll take a moment, try to set something up for themselves. Dan, is it me, or has there been a lot of pucks loose in the neutral zone in this period?
Well, both teams have been playing very strong with their forechecks in the neutral zone. It's been very difficult for either team to really find any control in each other's attacking zones. That's really been the big key. There's also a stray stick out there that's been there for a while and doesn't belong to anyone who's currently on the ice.
Falcons now trying to put something together. Back behind the net. Now out to Jocelyn. Takes a shot, but it's blocked. And the Corsairs will clear. Taking it in 1-on-3 was Kenny Tenza. That was never going to work.
Part of it comes down to just trying to kill some time while the lines are changed and icing is called against Fitchburg. And they were in the middle of a line change, so they're going to have to get the tired legs back on the ice. 13:56 to go in the second. Fitchburg 2, UMass Dartmouth 1.
So as you said, Dan, those tired legs not able to complete the line change. Now they have to defend a face-off deep in their own end. And that stick you mentioned is finally being retrieved.
And it belonged to UMass Dartmouth Corsair.
David Zarbeck saying, hey, that's my stick. Falcons managed to clear the zone. Kramer looking for Gordon, can't find him. Segui chasing, but we'll get an icing call here. 12 whole seconds have elapsed. 13:44 to go now here in the second period.
Just because I feel like we haven't talked about the players who are playing the role of Sir not appearing in this game. So for the Falcons, Colin Sheehan, Brian Glover, Kyle Hillick, Boomer Miller, and Charles Jacobson are playing that role today. They will not be playing in today's contest. For the Corsairs, Daniel Gunning, Nicholas Short, Dylan Radin, and Cameron Mack. And for Short, he's missing his first game of the year.
Shot there by Brandon Berkeley. Believe it might have been deflected. Goes up over the net. We'll get a stoppage in play.
In either case, for the legitimate attempt, the faceoff will be to one side of Kirby Sari.
It is a darn shame that Boomer Miller is not playing in this game. Mostly because, Boomer Miller.
Boomer Miller. He's in the program as Joseph Miller, but he likes going by Boomer.
Figgy trying to chase this one down, set something up. Can't get there, well defended by UMass Dartmouth. Now the Corsairs, 2-on-2, trying to put something together. Skates in, takes a shot, and Kirby will gobble that one up and turn into a hockey puck. That's what Kirby does, right?
Something like that, I guess.
Okay. I've been sitting on that joke all night. I hope you appreciate it.
Tenza with the shot there. Kirby Sari, I don't know if it's obvious to the people how his name is spelled. His last name sounds like an apology. It's spelled S-A-A-R-I. That is Kirby Sari.
Falcons try to clear the zone, and instead they'll just skate on down for no good reason and have to come right back for another icing call.
Well, it'd be no good reason if it was no-touch icing, but it is hybrid icing in college hockey, and Tyler O'Rourke was trying to win that race against David Scarbeck to the face-off dots. If he had gotten there first with a clear victory, they would have waved off the icing. But it was what appeared in my eyes to be a draw, and a draw goes to the defense. So the draw comes back to the right of Kirby Sari.
Corsairs control this one. Pass up the slap shot, rather. Send it in down the far end. Falcons will pick it up. Figgy skating along the near board, sends it in. No icing this time. Corsairs take control. Jerry Laxo with the puck. Laxo gets it out. Kai Kapasi now. Leaves it for Shea. Now back to Shea. Loses the handle behind the net. Picks it back up. Got a man open at the point. Doesn't go for the pass. Instead sends it back behind the net.
He's trying to find Kapasi out in front, but he just misstruck it.
Corey Shea now with the puck again. Thought that was a pass. It was actually a wrist shot. Sari just snatched it out of midair.
So, just a question for you, John. What is Mr. Shea's last name?
Mr. Shea?
Mr. Shea's first name.
Casey. Am I saying Corey?
You've said it 3 times today.
Well, dang it. I'm bad at this job, Dan. I don't know if you know that.
Yep, one more, and I got to enforce a swear jar on you.
Okay. 12:18 to go here in the second period as we're back to live action, and hopefully me not making as much of a fool of myself. Corsairs control the puck in their own end. They will dump it in the Falcons defend. Fret's chasing, looking to make something here. And puck bounces up over the glass.
Just pinned in the corner, nobody with a clear advantage, and eventually when someone finally gets possession, tries to play it off the glass, and, well, the parts where the players come on the ice, that glass is just a little shorter. So you've got to watch out for that, because you think there's glass there, it's like you mishit it, and it's going to go out of play.
Faceoff will come to the right. Controlled by the Falcons. Barely able to keep it in is Jocelyn. Corsairs send it down. No icing.
Looked like it was attainable for Jocelyn is what they ruled. Ooh, look at that 90-footer.
Thought Sari was going to cover it up, but instead he lets it go.
No Corsair was charging on that. He had to let it go. They will not give you the whistle if it doesn't look like the other team is going to try to have a go at you.
Dan, is there any sport you don't know better than me?
You tend to know a lot about football formations more than I do.
Corsairs send this puck in. That is the flop of the year at the blue line. Hard hit at the far side boards as well.
Yep. Brendan McDonough just lost everything. His skates, he just completely fell to the ground.
He lost his acting ability is what he lost, it looked like.
Well, if they wanted to call embellishment, they could have and not given a penalty in regards to it, but.
Patrick Wren takes a shot. Kick save by Sari. Now Fitchburg State looking for the counterattack. They've got a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Pass is blocked. Well defended there by the Corsairs. Now UMass Dartmouth with the chance. Picked up. That shot is blocked. Victor with a good job there. Another shot. Save made by Sari. Loose puck in front. Picked up by the Falcons. Zerby gets whacked in the back for his trouble. Victor manages to clear. Pace of play accelerating quickly as we reach the midpoint of the second period. Puck sent in behind the net. Sari gets it out.
Lots of physical play here. And UMass Dartmouth's had way more shots in this period than Fitchburg. I think the Falcons only have a single shot to show for their efforts in this period. Still no scoring in the frame, though.
Zerby clears his own blue line. Can't even get it to center ice before the Corsairs pick it up and dump it right back in. Fitchburg State on the back foot, but still holding a lead, 2-1. Now with 9:58 to go here in the second period. Tyler Warilla, one-on-one, one man to beat, takes a shot, and nobody there. Goes wide of the net. Fitchburg State looking to capitalize. Centering pass goes nowhere. Pile of bodies in front of the UMass Dartmouth net right now. Corsairs, meanwhile, pressing the advantage. Centering pass, this one goes wide, intended for Connor Cooley. Another pass behind the net, centering pass, save made by Sari. Ooh, take a breath. 9:25 to play here in the second period. Fitchburg defense holding strong, still carrying that 2-1 lead.
And Kirby Sari's had to be very busy, the junior from Cape Elizabeth, Maine, moving left to right and all around. Coming up with a lot of big saves here in this contest.
Faceoff goes to the right of Sari, controlled by UMass Dartmouth. It's Mason Nichols with the puck. Nichols sends it in back behind the net. Casey Shea picks it up, centering pass intercepted. Falcons will clear the zone, look to press the advantage themselves. This is Figgy, Sasha Figgy with the puck. Drops it off, looking for a shot, still looking, nothing there. Back behind the net. McPherson takes a shot. Net comes off its moorings briefly. No whistle there. Loose puck in front. UMass Dartmouth finally able to clear, and now they have an opportunity 2-on-2 if they push it. Casey Shea loses the handle. Fitchburg State picks it up. Back and forth action here. The linesman on the far side has had to duck 4 times in the last 14 seconds. The puck keeps going right at him.
You've got to be very nimble if you're going to be a referee or a linesman in ice hockey.
Di Nicola with the puck now. Di Nicola, one of the goal scorers for Fitchburg State. Looks for the rebound there, can't get it. Puck goes down to the Falcon end. Fitchburg State pushing the pace, trying to press the advantage. Now they'll get a line change. UMass Dartmouth picks up the puck. This is Jeff Kirkwood. Kirkwood loses the handle. Goes all the way back down to the UMass Dartmouth end. Corsairs come in. I frankly don't know how that wasn't offside. But they get back and the puck falls loose, and no harm, no foul, I suppose.
I'm not entirely sure if it ever crossed the blue line.
Kirkwood was onside by the toe of his skate there. Shot and a save by Kirby Sari. And Kirby Sari shoots an evil glare over in the direction of Jeff Kirkwood.
7:54 to go in the second. 19 shots for UMass Dartmouth. The Falcons, on average, give up 36 shots a game. So this is actually about right for their level of defense.
It is tasking to be the goaltender for the Fitchburg Falcons this year.
The Falcons have had two great netminders in Kirby Sari and Brian McGrath with .931 and .934 save percentages.
Bit of a delay here, left side of the ice. The UMass Dartmouth net, as I mentioned, had come off its moorings. They're finally able to fix that. So we'll get a face-off to the right of Kirby Sari. I caught myself that time. Loose puck goes behind the Falcon net. James Gordon in there trying to get rid of it. Dumping in down the Corsair end, and we'll get an icing.
Fortuitous for the Corsairs. The puck was moving just as fast as Noah Anderson, making a legitimate attempt at the puck. That's important too. If not making a legitimate attempt, then they won't give the icing.
No, you can't skate at like quarter speed down the ice and go, oh, I can't get it. It's so far away. You need to give me a very nice face-off, please.
Yep.
No, you can't do that.
Yep. But Anderson was skating hard, and the puck was going just as fast, and they were able to earn the draw down in the Falcons' end, although it's all the way back into the Corsairs' end now.
Ricky Kramer picks up the puck, gets it to Gordon. Gordon fighting with it along the near side boards. Sends it back out for Kramer. Centering pass nowhere. Chris Vicario was there, couldn't get a handle on the puck.
Just had to get the right timing on the centering pass, and he couldn't get it. Couldn't tell if it was too early or too late, but it was one or the other.
Both teams change. 7 minutes left to play here in the second period of action. Corsairs now will take the puck. Fresh skaters for both sides. Shot save made by Sari. Deflection in front of him, though. Those rebounds have been troubling for Kirby Sari all night long. Falcons able to clear the zone. Sorry about that, Dan.
That's all right. Couple of adventurous rebounds, and that one was really scary, looking like it would almost have popped over him, and perhaps in the net maybe a carbon copy of that first goal that UMass Dartmouth has scored.
Very reminiscent. Fortunately, this one bounced in front of him. Falcons were able to clear the zone. UMass Dartmouth looking to push the advantage now. Shot, kick, save, rebound, shot, score! Looks like that one was deflected by Sari, but it gets in the net. Kenny Tenza ties this game at 2.
I believe that's what happened. It just slipped through his 5-hole. Just couldn't quite get it shut quickly enough, and that was off of a rebound as well. And let's have a look at the replay.
So this is right off of the rebound. Kirby, sorry, easy for me to say, sorry about that. Made the save to his left, and then the puck bounced out to his right. Kenny Tenza picked it up and just put it right in the back of the net.
Tenza's 6th goal of the season, the junior forward. He scored in the last meeting between these two teams as well.
UMass Dartmouth now looking to take the lead for the first time tonight. Puck is at the bottom of a pile of bodies briefly. Victor skates in, loses his footing. Corsairs pick it up, and they'll bring it back again. Cross ice pass. Shot deflected, save made by Sari.
Looked like that went off of the end of his stick there.
Centering pass goes to a Falcon. It very nearly goes in the back of the net. Sari has to pounce on that one, stop the clock. 5:43 to play here in the second period. Both teams will change.
So now 2-2 the score. The goal at 13:39, Kenny Tenza from David Scarbeck and Stephen Leonard.
And there you see shots on goal. They were very even at the beginning of this period, but UMass Dartmouth has controlled much of the action. They finally have a goal to show for it.
Going by the official live stats count, it's 8-2 in favor of the Corsairs in terms of shots in this period.
Make it 9-2 as this shot is saved by Sari. UMass Dartmouth controls the rebound. Sent in behind the net. There is literally nobody there. Finally, a Falcon goes back to pick it up. Can't handle, centering pass, can't handle that one. Big break there for Fitchburg State. Looked for a moment as though Casey Shea was going to make this one a 3-2 game.
And fortuitous for the Falcons that pass for Shea was right behind him. He just couldn't control the puck and send it down quickly enough to get a good opportunity on Sari.
Connor Cooley now with the puck. Cooley will dump it in. Shea gives chase. Picked up for the Falcons by Joshua Suboyu. Suboyu sends it out, kept in at the point. That's Noah Anderson. Anderson's shot, save made by Sari. Once again, he has to scramble for a rebound. That really has been a problem for Kirby Sari all night, Dan, those rebounds.
On that last one, it looked like it redirected, and Sari was moving to his right. I think it hit the inside of his left pad and was stopped there before going to his right, and he had to scramble because he was trying to position himself to go where he thought the puck was going to go, but because of that redirection, it went in a different spot, and he got lucky too. Especially since to make that move over, he had to open up the 5-hole. That's a couple inches off. That doesn't strike the inside of his leg. That's a goal for UMass Dartmouth.
Ricky Kramer dumps it in for Fitchburg State. Chris Vicario gives chase. Kramer centering pass is deflected. UMass Dartmouth will try to go on the counterattack. Long shot goes wide of the net. Sent in back behind the net. Centering pass goes over the net, actually, after it was deflected. Corsairs barely managed to keep it in. Falcon defense scrambling a little bit. Centering pass is blocked. And the puck goes back behind the net. Falcons will clear the blue line. Now Kramer giving chase. Ricky Kramer trying to get something to happen. Corsairs control the puck, though. And they will dump it the length of the ice and go for a line change.
It's been very difficult for the Falcons to control the puck in the Corsair zone. They just have not gotten their passes off.
Kramer and Vicario go back and forth. Shot save made by Michaels. Haven't had to say that too many times.
Only the third time this period, I believe.
Puck loose at center ice. There's one Corsair in the offensive zone, and he gets a shot off. Barely kick saved there by Sari.
Just off his toe. He was out of position, but he was just able to get a piece of it.
Eklund able to clear the zone for Fitchburg State. Vicario will try to send it in, but it looked like he hit his teammate on the leg. I think there was a Falcon with about half of his right leg over the board, and the puck hit him. Is that what happened?
Something like that. It definitely hit somebody on the bench. There won't be too many men because he wasn't on the ice at that moment.
Faceoff comes right at center ice, and it is controlled by Jermaine. Jermaine gets knocked on his butt. We might have a penalty here.
Nope, that's delayed offside.
Delayed offside, my apologies.
We've actually been clean this period. Of course, I've gone and said that.
3:13 left, just so everybody knows exactly when the penalty's coming. Corsairs on the attack. Falcon net is very loose. They're finally going to bother and take a whistle.
Got to the moment where the referee felt that it wouldn't have been quite fair if UMass Dartmouth had scored a goal while one of their players, in Stephen Leonard, was in the net.
No, you can't score a goal by putting yourself in the net. You also can't score a goal by putting the net at like a 35-degree angle, which is pretty much where the Falcon net was before they finally blew the whistle there.
Going off the live stats, the shots are 28-20 in favor of UMass Dartmouth. Shots in this period, 12-3 in favor of the Corsairs.
Figgy gets walloped as he wins the faceoff there. Corsairs control the puck in their end. Falcons trying to push the advantage, but they're offside and they need to tag up. Gives UMass Dartmouth a chance to set the play. Pass across ice is blocked, but the Corsairs do manage to gain the zone. Burns on the defense there for Fitchburg State. Can't do anything with it. Connor Cooley at the point. Gives it up. Centering pass in front. Just goes behind the net. Kai Kapasi giving chase for UMass Dartmouth. Kapasi with the puck. Looking for Shea. Can't find him. Out to the point. Now Shea has the puck in front of the net. His pass to Kapasi is blocked. And it goes back behind, and Fitchburg State will clear. They'll try to go on offense themselves. Warilla giving chase. Warilla passes up on the puck and instead knocks himself and an opponent over. Warilla gets up holding his face. Meanwhile, UMass Dartmouth with a 1-on-2. This is Patrick Wren. He loses the puck. Shoved into the boards. Fitchburg State will pick it up. McPherson now along the near side boards. He'll take the blue line himself. Nobody there with him. The Falcons are getting a line change. Now he has backup. Jim Gordon can't do anything with it. UMass Dartmouth has a breakaway if they want it. 2-on-1. McPherson scrambling to get back into play. Shot save made by Sari. Rebound controlled by Sari. Once again, it takes him a minute, but he is able to cover up the puck.
The big challenge this period for the Falcons, their passing game is completely out of whack. They have not been able to get themselves coordinated in the Corsair zone. And that's led to them having only 3 shots on target in this second period.
Fitchburg State, as you said, just has not been able to control the puck for more than a second or two at a time. They're always on the back foot. It's just a matter of time before you give up a goal if you're giving up nothing but shots. Less than 90 seconds to play here in the second period. Corsairs in the offensive end for roughly the 170th time this period. Falcons do manage to control the puck, however. Now just going back and forth behind the net. Falcons trying to put together an offensive play. Gordon with the puck. Shakes a man, looking for Kramer. Can't find him, passes too long. Kramer gets a shot off, but it's blocked, never reaches the net. UMass Dartmouth will clear the zone. Spencer Segee couldn't clear it, even though it was sitting on the edge of his stick twice. Pass in front of the net goes off the post. And the Falcons will regain control. Kramer passes it for Gordon. Gordon will gain the blue line. Take it in behind the net. Shot deflected by Kramer and covered up by Michaels, which is like the second thing he's had to do this period, I think.
He hasn't faced very many shots. If that counts the shot on target, it'll only be the 4th this period.
Might as well be, Shawn Michaels perched on the top turnbuckle, just looking at his watch, waiting for something to happen.
Waiting for the signal to do whatever move it is that he does off the top turnbuckle.
Yeah, well, you can't do a sweet chin music reference in a hockey game, so I had to force feed Shawn Michaels in there somewhere.
So not without getting a 5 and 10 at least. Gonna get a penalty. Couldn't make it through the period, and a hold is gonna be called.
It was a pretty obvious hold, too. UMass Dartmouth player was so desperate to get rid of the puck, he finally kicked it because he couldn't get his hands free of the Falcon who was holding it. That's Chris Vicario going to the penalty box.
So 25.9 to go in the second. In the second power play of the night for UMass Dartmouth, they're 0 for 1. And if they don't score on this power play, it'll carry over into the third.
Faceoff comes to the near side, controlled by the Corsairs. Casey Shea with the puck. Dumps it in front, Falcons cover up. They get rid of it. Zerbe giving chase. UMass Dartmouth, 8 seconds left. Time for one big push, maybe.
That's a penalty as well.
Jerry Laxo is spun down to the ground. So now we're going to have another Falcon sent off to the sin bin.
It's going to be Dean Zerbe for hooking with 3 seconds to go in the period.
So we're going to drop the puck, blow a whistle, and then to start the third period, it's going to be basically a minute 35 of a 2-man advantage for UMass Dartmouth.
Unless UMass Dartmouth does something here. They'll have to do it with somebody else. It'll be Shea taking the draw. Ruiz gets kicked. But the Falcons send it down the ice, and that'll be the end of the second. But that's going to haunt them, looking at the board and seeing they've got to start the third period with 3 skaters and Kirby Sari on the ice.
A troubling, ominous end to the second period indeed. UMass Dartmouth has tied the score at 2, and for head coach Dean Fuller, he has to go to the locker room and come up with a way for his men to kill 95 seconds of a 2-man advantage just to hold a tie game. And we'll see how they do that in 15 minutes, but once again, we will take a break, come back for third period action right here. It's Hockey Night in Fitchburg on FATV. Hockey Night in Fitchburg here at FATV. As you can see there, 1:15 until we resume play here in the what will be the third period of action. 2-2 tie at the end of the second intermission. And Dan, we've got 20 minutes left of hockey. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, first things first, the Falcons have to kill off this 5-on-3. A minute 35 of a 5-on-3 and then 23 of power play time. They've got to kill all that off as Chris Vicario and Dean Zerby took late penalties in that second period. They've really got their backs to the wall, but that second period, too, that was a disaster for the Falcons. In a sense, it's like the fact they only conceded one goal was
I was going to say, it could have been a lot worse. The Corsairs of UMass Dartmouth had a very one-sided offensive attack going basically the entire second period. It was as if the rink was just tilted going downhill to the right side.
Well, if it's still tilted going downhill to the left, to the right side, then that would benefit Fitchburg then.
It would.
But in any case, though, I was talking with assistant coach Chris Kine, and he was saying the first thing the Falcons have to work on is their breakouts. They were having, I was mentioning it earlier, they were having so much trouble getting into the Corsair zone. They have to be a little less cute with their passes. They have to take the short things, take the shots on goal, generate rebounds, make plays, make Drew Michaels have to work.
I thought he was more upset than he was when I realized he was saying the Falcons needed to pass the puck better.
Oh, yes. Better than the alternative. But yes, a minute 35 seconds of 5-on-3 time. And the Corsairs have their top line out. They've got some of their biggest scorers, some of the more dangerous power play players. Jonathan Ruiz, Mike Sones, and Jerry Laxo. They've teamed up for 31 power play points this season out of their 55 combined coming into tonight. Now, they are taking a little bit of time to work on the Corsair net to the right, and you can see in the penalty box right now are Chris Vicario and Dean Zerby sitting down thinking about what they've done to put their team in this position. And they're also waiting for the attendants to get back as well. And now you can see, too, they're working on the hole there. I've heard in the past that one's a little more notorious for the moorings coming out than the other one.
Well, I will tell you there, Mike, the gentleman on the right, is a very knowledgeable, very helpful man. He was instrumental in getting us set up today before we started. If there is a problem with that ice, Mike is going to fix it.
Absolutely. We'll do a MassCAC scoreboard while we have time.
Absolutely.
So Westfield was at Salem today. Salem skated away with a 5-2 victory. Framingham State with the one non-conference game. They're at Western New England. No information available on that one. UMass Dartmouth and Fitchburg playing right now on your television or online at fatv.org, wherever you may be. Again, we hope you're very warm wherever you are. And then the big game tonight, Worcester State, Plymouth State, the top two teams in the conference, both 5-1 in MassCAC play. Plymouth's one loss to Worcester to open up conference play. Worcester's one loss to this very Fitchburg team you're watching, with that man in net, Kirby Sari, who made 35 saves in a 4-2 victory before the end of the first semester. And you can see our officials, as always, provided by Atlantic Hockey, Division I Conference. And in the background, Jim LaPointe, the clock operator here at the Wallace Civic Center.
The lady to Jim's right feels about as cold as I feel right now. It is a whopping 5 degrees in Fitchburg at the moment.
Yep, once again, as I said, it's like, I hope you're warmer wherever you are than where we are.
Bastards. You warm jerks. That's what you are. You're warm and you're jerks.
So UMass Dartmouth with their top line out. Casey Shea on the left side. Looks like Mason Nichols on the right side. And Jonathan Ruiz to take the draw with Sones and Laxo back. Interesting setup of that, or it was actually Brendan McDonough on the right side.
It is Brendan McDonough playing the right wing for the Corsairs.
Yep. Twos look like eights sometimes. Now here's Sones into the zone for Laxo. Back for Sones, back for Laxo. They're going to take their time, try to find a shooting lane. Laxo back line, one-timer, and that one goes off something and ends up going high up into the netting and out of play.
I believe the something was the right skate of Kirby Sari. He did a good job covering up the post there.
Big trajectory there. 20 seconds killed on the 5-on-3. Draw one by the Corsairs. Sones going for Shea. And now Shea trying to go to the point, now to the top of the slot, holding. Now Sones winds, fires wide. Out of the reach of Shea, but picked up by Laxo.
Shot echoes through the Civic Center like a gunshot.
Absolutely. That's a huge shot. Mike Sones has a big cannon of a stick there. Nifty move going for the Bad angle shot, that doesn't go, and the puck ends up going back into the netting. 46 seconds gone here in the third period, still 49 seconds on the 5-on-3.
Falcon defense doing what they can.
Still just 3 skaters for the Falcons, and Kirby Sari doing what they can. Gordon to take the draw for the Falcons. He wins the draw. Evan Burns and Josh Victor, the other two, both defensemen. Gordon the only forward on the ice. They try to clear it out, kept in by Sones. Sones now for Laxo. Moving it around, had trouble with that pass. Now Sones winds, fires wide again. McDonough can't pick it up in the right corner. Laxo's got to pinch up and try to get there. Gordon trying to play it along. Falcons trying to push it out of the zone, and now they finally do get it out of the zone. Falcons can change lines, and that's going to kill some time. 20 seconds to go on the 5-on-3.
Corsairs might have one more push in them with the 2-man advantage, but there's still a healthy 38 seconds left on that second penalty.
Sones, and that pass misses the mark. Laxo, can he keep it in? He just barely does. It comes back to Sones, left circle, looking for a redirect, trying to squeak it through the 5-hole, and Sari just keeps the door shut.
Oh, Kirby, sorry, you're going to give me a heart attack with these loose rebounds. He barely manages to cover up once again.
A lot of dramatics coming from the junior from Cape Elizabeth, Maine. On the live stats, he has 30 saves tonight, now 32. The 5-on-3 is over, now a short 5-on-4. The first penalty has been killed off, and you could hear one of the Corsairs slam the bench door shut. He was cross. Laxo at the point, trying to get a redirect, save, rebound, score! Ruiz puts it home. With 9 seconds to go on the power play, the Falcons couldn't kill it all the way off, and the Corsairs lead 3-2.
Inability to control the rebounds has been a recurring theme for the Falcons all night long. Take a look at the replay here. The initial shot, save made by Sari, and then Ruiz is Johnny on the spot. He puts it in the back of the net, and the Corsairs are up 3-2.
So the Falcons couldn't kill it all the way off. There's Vicario on the bench. His penalty was killed. Zerbe's was not. And so UMass Dartmouth, for the first time tonight, they lead by a score of 3-2. We'll see if the Falcons have a bit of comeback in them. That one flipped into the bench. Looked like it was caught by a reserve keeper, Tommy Bay. Was he able to make that catch? I'm not quite sure, but nonetheless, we are now in the third period.
Tommy Bay has as many saves as Michaels does for the Corsairs.
So face off to the right of Kirby Sari. Ruiz back on the ice to take the draw for the Corsairs against Sasha Figge. They had to get a puck there. And now the one linesman to another. McAvoy will drop it.
It's pretty important when you're playing hockey. You need a puck.
Need that. Anderson will go to the right wing corner. Picked up by Leonard. Moving around back for Anderson. Left circle. Tries to take the shot. Redirected to the right wing corner. Now looking for Tenza. Nothing going there. Di Nicola and Figge played off the bench down the ice. Picked up by Cooley for the Corsairs. He goes to Anderson. Back to Cooley. Cooley flips it up ice with the backhand. And UMass Dartmouth settles in the neutral zone. Fitchburg giving them a bit of grief, but now the Corsairs get it around the boards. Tenza. That one can't be controlled. The Falcons trying to make their way up ice. This is Warilla. Warilla trying to make some moves. Warilla with a shot and the save by Michaels. And Warilla goes down hard after that, and he's holding his left knee.
Warilla got whacked in the leg. It almost looked like a second or two went by before he went down.
And of note, Warilla is one of the more prolific scorers for the Falcons. 8 goals, 7 assists coming today in 8 games played. After today's contest, he will be eligible for the national leaderboards because he missed a couple games earlier this season. And he's actually going into the penalty box.
I think they're going to get Warilla for embellishment there. He did get whacked in the leg, but there were about 3 seconds between getting whacked and then going down. Let's take a look at the replay here. So he goes in, makes the save. Oh, there's a little bit of a check in the back. And then he gets hit, and then he falls. So offsetting penalties, and we got 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes.
First time we've seen that tonight. That is interesting, but yes, if if they did indeed called the embellishment, they definitely had every right to, as there was a chance for the Corsairs, but Sorry able to hold firm.
To be fair, they may have also gotten Warilla for that cross-check in the back before the hit to his leg.
They may have done that as well. Here's Shea for the Corsairs, battling with Burns. Shea trying to get that pass off. He's got a great chance here, and he can't complete it. He might have gotten a shot off, but Sorry sprawling was able to cover it up.
Casey Shea cannot believe that he did not get that puck in the back of the net, and frankly, I can't believe it either.
He practically had Sorry dead to rights. And looking at the box score now for the penalty, and I'm not sure they put the right, I don't think they put the right one in, because it says 10-minute misconduct for equipment mouthpiece, but I think that's one below embellishment.
No.
Doesn't look like the right code there. Nonetheless, and because he's serving a penalty, it cannot possibly be a misconduct, so. But now the Falcons trying to push it up ice. This is Kramer offsides, just ahead of the blue line. 16-16 to go, third period. 1:03 to go on the 4-on-4. Shots on the live stats read 36-22 in favor of the Corsairs. They've definitely been the more dominant period since the start of this second period. And outshooting the Falcons over that stretch, make it now 21-5. That was two after the Falcons got the opening strike. The Corsairs have yet to win a game this year where they conceded the first goal. Draw one by the Falcons. Clearing attempt goes off a Corsair skate. Second effort is successful. Gets into the Corsair zone only for a brief moment. Falcons have to pull out and reset. But now having trouble bringing it up ice. And into the zone now. There's a shot that goes high off the stick of Brandon Berkeley. Kapasi now to the right side. There's another shot. That's blocked out in front. Second chance. And a save by Sorry. Kicks it out to the left wing corner. Brought all the way down for Mason Nichols. Nichols now for Sones. Skating up the ice. Sones trying to give himself some space. Wants to wind and fire. And it goes just high over the net. Kramer now right wing corner. Tries to find McPherson. He's well out of position. Sones is going to get there first, but the Falcons able to follow on. Just able to keep control for a brief moment, but it's Sones again. Here's another blast from Laxo. Didn't quite get everything on it because his stick has failed him. And he has to come off the ice now, get a new fresh stick. And the Falcons dump it in from the red line. Michaels behind the net, sends it around the board. Zerbe tries to settle, having trouble, backhands. Eklund never knew it was coming. He couldn't be the recipient of the pass. And the Corsairs send it down the length of the ice. Could this be icing? It will just barely be. And the faceoff will come down to the left of Michaels, 14:52 to go in the third. And there you see the remains of Jerry Laxo's stick.
It will serve very well as kindling.
Laxo coming into today, 6 goals and 10 assists. One of the more prolific defensemen. In fact, best defenseman in the MASCAC in points per game, 1.23 and 6th in the nation. On the draw, Zerbe, quick shot deflects up into the netting and out of play. And Laxo tonight with 2 assists. He assisted on the first goal for Casey Shea, and he got the secondary assist on the power play goal by Jonathan Ruiz at 1:49 in the third that have given the Corsairs a 3-2 lead.
Do they give a hat trick for 3 assists?
They do not. 3 goals.
Or something smaller than a hat trick, like a boot and arrow illusion or something like that?
Nah, they don't have anything special for that.
Oh.
Jocelyn with the shot. That was cut down in traffic, and now Jocelyn in pursuit of that puck as it's sent all the way back down to his own end. Pass for Segui. Corsairs trying to take from Connor Court. Can't do much with it. Anderson winds and fires as if that puck was a pass right towards him. And now a pinballing. What was that even? A lot of a mess out in front. But the important thing for the Falcons is that it didn't go in the net. And if you have a better way of describing that, please feel free to write me.
Kirby Sorry started a chain of dominoes that led to half the players on the ice falling down at the same time.
That works.
Okay. I'm helping.
Michael sends that all the way down to the red line. Falcons send it right back into the Corsair zone. That hop, skips, and jumps along the boards. The Falcons, the first to get there just for a brief moment, couldn't completely possess Berkeley with a shot high and wide. Now the Falcons coming back the other way, storming up the ice. I think this is Victor. He wants to get a shot off. That's deflected off a stick and out of play, and also the nets come off. A lot of things happening. 13:42 to go, third period. UMass Dartmouth leads Fitchburg State by a score of 3-2.
Josh Victor fell victim to the same deception that the Dartmouth Corsairs fell into earlier. You don't get a point for putting yourself in the net.
If only it were that easy. But who would want to play goalie in a sport like that where you would actually get a point if you skated into the net? Josh Victor, he's the tallest player on the Falcons roster. 6 feet 4 inches tall, a junior. He's from Killeen, Texas. And when you look at Fitchburg State's roster, you'll see players from all across the country and a couple from outside the country. Charles Jacobson, who's not playing today, from Jönköping, Sweden. He is a goaltender on the Falcons. And Sasha Figge, a freshman from Clotin, Switzerland, actually played his junior hockey with the Atlanta Generals. And they need to do more than just simple repairs to this net, it appears.
No, it's pretty badly broken off in there.
It is. This is going to be a complicated repair, and I don't know how long it's going to take. So let's try to find a way to kill some time.
Well, we can once again extol the virtues of Mike, who is down there repairing it. He'll get it done. He's a good man.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the rest of Falcon sports.
Absolutely.
Basketball was in action. They started their conference schedule today. The women's basketball team took on Framingham State, and that didn't go well for the Lady Falcons. They lost that one 88-49.
Tough loss.
Yep. The men's team fared better. They won 72-54. A good win for the Falcons to start conference play, so 1-1. It's like for the women's team, Framingham State's one of the strongest teams in the conference when it comes to things. And now,
Dan, I have a question for you.
Yes?
If it is 5 degrees outside, why do you want a slush puppy? Also, follow-up question, why does looking at that make me want a slush puppy? Because that kid is enjoying that slush puppy.
Well, it soothes the throat.
That's true.
I could go for a shake after this game. Just looking at going back to this Falcons basketball game, 5 players in double figures for the green and gold. Joshua Bosworth led the charge for Fitchburg State. He had 18 points, 13 for Jonathan Perez, 10 for Anthony Allen, 10 for Nick Tracy, and 11 for Brandon Harris. As you can see, Drew Michaels getting to do some stretches out there. Here's another one of the things I had in my bag of tricks for statistics and the like. Let's talk about Eric Nowak. I don't think we've mentioned his name all day.
We have not.
Yep, Eric Nowak is the head coach for UMass Dartmouth. This is his second season with the Corsairs, 23-15-1.
Okay.
He is the reigning coach of the year. The last year that, under the John Raleigh era, the Corsairs went 7-15-4. So John Raleigh retired. Eric Nowak, after 13 years at Johnson & Wales in Providence, took the job at UMass Dartmouth, immediately turned them around to a 17-9 record.
Sounds like the kind of guy who would win Coach of the Year, to be honest with you.
A great performance for Eric Nowak. He's now the head coach at UMass Dartmouth in his second season. His replacement at Johnson & Wales is James LaCour, who old Falcon fans might remember as a nemesis at Salem State. He was a goaltender for the Vikings.
Salem State. Bad memories.
Yes, because you called the 2010 championship game.
I did, back when I was but a boy, an intern here with Fitchburg Access Television. Why am I doing a snooty narrator voice?
I don't know. It's like James LaCour was with the Vikings at the time, but he did not play in that game. He was hurt, so.
I do not remember who the Salem State goaltender was. I remember he put on a heck of a performance.
Yep, that was Sam Avon who was in net for them. I remember that, and Avon never quite was able to reach the heights of his previous days after winning that conference championship game.
It's Avon?
Yep. What was that?
I apologize to Sam Avon. I said your name wrong 7 years ago.
Well, I think that's how you said it. I'm not positive myself. I didn't call a game that he was in. That was before my broadcasting times. But I was at that game. I actually kept track of the shots for Fitchburg in that game, so I was right at ice level, doing one of the jobs you would see at the scoring table, I guess. I forgot what to call it. Anyway, we're back to hockey now. We've got the net fixed and everything.
Scoring table works, but yes, hockey.
Yep. 13-10 to go in the period. Shot save. Rebound score! Kirkwood has made it 4-2 UMass Dartmouth.
So about that Salem State game, it was 8 years ago, as I recall it. No, this is a really good shot by Jeff Kirkwood. Kirby Sari makes the initial save, and then Kirkwood capitalizes as the Corsairs have all night long, puts the rebound in, gives UMass Dartmouth a 4-2 lead, and we'll take a look at it again.
You can see the rush up. Brandon Berkeley getting into the zone, gets the shot off. The initial save there, but just able to get there is Kirkwood, just getting around Victor and putting it past. And it was just like the last goal, save, rebound, and score. The puck security has to be a little better for Kirby Sari. And now the Falcons, they've dug themselves into a bit of a hole, but as we mentioned earlier, the last time these two teams met, it was a 3-goal deficit with 4 minutes to play, and the Falcons were able to salvage a draw out of it. They may have to do a little more spectacularity. If you bring a little more spectacularity to the table, we're going to get a penalty here. I think it's going to go against the Corsairs.
Well, if you need a little catch up, there are worse ways to start catching up than to have a power play. And it looks like the Falcons will have the man advantage.
Connor Cooley takes his first penalty of the season. And I'd like to give a shout out to Justin Kearns, who you see opening and closing the door. He is the voice of the Falcons. He took over for me after I graduated 2 years ago.
So are we the guys who kicked Justin out of the booth tonight?
Possibly.
I'm sorry, Justin.
I already apologized to him earlier, but he's still getting work. He gets to be the penalty box attendant today, and he told me he was looking forward to that too. Be a change of experience for him. And so the Falcons on their second power play of the night, 16.7% on the season. That's sixth in the conference. UMass Dartmouth's kill only 80.3%, fourth in the conference, and in the bottom half nationally. Right now the Falcons struggling to get back into the zone. Again, they have to work on the breakout, and oh my, the puck took a strange bounce off the boards and then ended up on the back of the net, and that's going to delay them for a few more seconds.
Yeah, the Falcons are the team on the power play, right?
Yes, they are, and they're just having trouble getting this breakout to work. And Shea nearly picks their pocket, but Warilla able to reobtain the puck. He goes down to the ice. They say play on, and another clear all the way down. Sari comes out to the right side corner. Can't do that in the NHL, but you can do it here. We don't have that stupid trapezoid. And the Falcons will try to play on. Now 55 seconds to go on the power play. Gordon into the zone. Gordon on the right side. Looking. Moving it around. Two Corsairs on the Falcon there at Hayashi. Gordon now behind the net. Trying to center around a kick pass in the end. Trying to get it to Michael Fretz. Fretz on for Hayashi. Whistle. And a penalty. Elbowing is called. In that case, I think that's going against UMass Dartmouth. And
so now the Falcons will have the two-man advantage.
Yep. And in that case, they let UMass Dartmouth touch the puck, because at that point it's advantageous for them to do that to extend the 5-on-3.
Absolutely.
That's why Hayashi was willing to let that one go. Smart play. And now the Falcons have a 5-on-3. The Corsairs got one at the end of, not on the 5-on-3, but on the end of that advantage they had. And there you see it. Brandon Berkeley in the box for elbowing. So here's Kramer, right side, shot, save, rebound, save by Michaels. And after the whistle, and I think Figgy's gonna get a penalty. He made the push there, and the other player, that was Anderson, he didn't retaliate. So Figgy's the fully guilty party. He's gonna go off by himself for 2 minutes. And that's
really tough for Sasha Figgy. Your team's got a two-man advantage for 30 seconds, and then another power play on top of it. And it turns out that they had a two-man advantage for 6 seconds and no power play at all.
Yep, now it's going to be down to a 4-on-3. And oh, yeah. By the way, for Sasha Figgy, this was his first career penalty.
Not a good time.
In his 12th career game, first penalty. Again, bad timing. Stupid thing after the whistle. Laxo with the shot, looking for a tip out in front, but Sari holds with it. Now the Falcons going to try to race up ice, try to make as much as they can out of the man advantage that they have. They'll only have 15 seconds to work with in a 4-on-4. Anderson behind the net, Warilla trying to retrieve. Vicario also trying to dig it out. The Falcons gain the puck. Here's Kramer. We'll go to the right side. DiNicola, Kramer, cross ice. And now they've missed, it's like they mistook how much time they had, and a bit of a fencing battle there between DiNicola and Connor Cooley, who was just out of the box.
Falcons were not playing with any urgency with the man advantage. They were just passing back and forth. Looked like they were trying to set up the perfect shot rather than getting the puck on net.
And so it'll be about a minute of 4-on-4 as that one just misses the Corsair bench, and then a 6-second power play for UMass Dartmouth. Hopefully that will be the easiest kill the Falcons have all season. Shot goes wide. Now Fretz moving it along for McPherson. Back pass, but nobody there. If it was 5 skaters on the ice, perhaps there would have been someone on the doorstep. But just no one anywhere nearby for that drop pass. Just trying to make the intuitive play, and it didn't work. Fretz back into the zone. Fretz holding, shoots, that's deflected, and that goes up into the roof and into the netting and out of play.
It very nearly clanged against one of the fluorescent lights hanging from the ceiling here at the Civic Center.
It almost found one of those seams, too. It could have disappeared into the roof.
Would have been gone forever. How many hockey pucks do you think have gone up in that roof?
There's probably a handful up there. 4-2 UMass Dartmouth, 9:43 to go in regulation time. Face-off controlled by the Corsairs, and Laxo behind his own net, 25 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Pass up ice, this is Leonard. Leonard into the zone, holds, shoots wide. Leonard gets his own rebound on that one into the right wing corner, looking for Court. And Leonard battling with Victor. Burns there as well for Fitchburg. 5 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. And then the very short power play for UMass Dartmouth. It starts now. 3 seconds now on that, and it ends now. Figgy's out of the box, and now both teams back to full strength. 9 minutes to go in regulation time. Drop pass, shot by Kapasi. He redirected to the left wing corner, now behind the net. Burns battling there with David Scarbeck. Now 4 skaters trying to dig that puck free, finally taken by the Falcons. Moved around the boards, Kapasi tries to turn that back towards goal. Victor along the boards, a bit too strong, no icing. They said that Mason Nichols had a legitimate chance at it and he let it go. So they'll have to bring it up that way. The Falcons nearly forced the turnover there, but they say the puck exited the zone first. And the faceoff will be outside the zone with 8:32 to go.
Tough break for Fitchburg State. Brandon Eklund was right on the line, but hadn't yet crossed. Puck bounced just over the blue line, enough to draw the offside penalty. Well, not penalty, but whistle. You know what I mean. I call football for a living. Shut up.
Trapped in the neutral zone, up against the Corsair bench. Now here is Eklund into the zone, along the boards. Falcons with that 4th line out, looking for some sort of spark. And now a penalty to be drawn. There's one of the Falcons taken down and pushing after the whistle. Let's see if we'll have any more than just the one.
Looks like it's Jonathan Ruiz who scored the go-ahead goal, who's going to be going to the penalty box for this one.
Only his 2nd penalty of the season. Ruiz into the box. Justin hopefully helping him in.
So good at that job.
Tripping is the call. 8:11 to go in the 3rd. The Falcons back on the power play.
That's a nice tie Justin's wearing, too.
I think he just came from basketball, where he would be, where it's like the tie makes a little more sense. But then again, the NHL attendants typically are wearing suits too, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
So he's dressed for the job.
All doormen wear ties.
I've got one on, too. You might not be able to see it because of my beard, but that's getting into other stuff. Here's Kramer. He takes a shot. That whistle's just high and wide. Corsairs try to clear. They do. They flip it all the way down. And Sari's got to get ready to play this along, as lurking down in the Falcons zone is Connor Court. But now Court will come to the bench, and the Falcons ready to break out here with 80 seconds to go on the power play. Not a strong pass there, but it ends up coming back to him. Now here's Warilla. Winds, fires, blocker save by Michaels, and it's sent all the way down. Sari skates to the corner, leaves it there for Warilla. And now Warilla under pressure. We'll move it down ice. It's going to find its way to Vicario, leaves for DiNicola. DiNicola in the right circle, takes a shot, goes off a skate of Anderson. Sent around the boards and cleared by Nichols. All the way back down again. 50 seconds to go on the power play. Behind the Falcon net. Again lurking there is Kapasi. He Got to watch those Corsairs penalty killers. Looking to try to turn a shorthanded goal around or something like that. Here's McPherson. Now for Gordon. They gain the zone. Pass a little too strong, but now the Falcons looking for a one-timer, a jam play. Trying to jam at the side of the net, not able to put it through. 20 seconds to go. Another Falcon upended by a Corsair. But we play on Hayashi. There's a chance. McPherson holds. Now left side shot saved by Michaels. And Shea tries to clear. He does do so. And it exits the zone. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Looking for one more chance. Hayashi turns it towards goal. Michaels is going to hold. And just as the whistle blows, the penalty comes off the board. The Corsairs are back to full strength.
6:11 left to play in this one, and the Falcons just missed a golden opportunity to cut the deficit in half. They've got to pick up the offensive intensity if they want to draw even in this one.
They need to do a little more. They have more shots this period now than they did in the last one. They have, from my count, 5, where they had 4 in the last, but still they have had no goals since the Di Nicola strike late in the first period to make it a 2-1 game. The Corsairs have had the last 3. 6 minutes to go in regulation time. And the Falcons trying to keep the puck, as it looks like it's Germain looking for Eklund. Eklund having trouble corralling it. Ruiz along the board, Segui trying to pinch up. Tenza there, playing strongly against the right wing boards. Segui winds, fires, that goes wide. Picked up by the Corsairs, can't clear it. Eklund gets there. This is Zerbe, drop back pass, nobody there. 4 Corsairs, no Falcons in the vicinity. And it's flipped back into the Falcon zone.
I don't know if he was looking for Germain and Germain was out of position, but there was nobody in front of the net for that drop back centering pass.
There have been a few of these passes, especially in this period. This is a turnover. This is Perry. Perry with moves. Saved by Michaels. Now looking for a one-timer chance out in front. A scramble near the goal mouth, and it is covered.
A fantastic save by Drew Michaels, keeping the 2-goal advantage.
Michaels just able to read that properly after a bad pass on trying to clear it down ice. Kevin Perry able to pick that puck up and try to turn it into a practical breakaway.
Perry did a great job beating one defender. He was one-on-one with Michaels, and Michaels won.
5:09 to go in this third period. Draw controlled by the Falcons. Fretz trying to push it along. Now Burns, winds, fires. And that goes off a Falcon in front. It's still loose. Another chance. Save, rebound, another chance. And they're still jamming away at it. There was a Corsair in the goal paint playing surrogate goalie too as Michaels was down and out. My goodness, so many chances there. They couldn't put it home. And a shot save by Sari at the other end.
I think Corey Hayashi had as many saves as Drew Michaels did in that exchange on the right side by the Corsair bench, or goal, excuse me. There were 2 shots at least that purely accidentally and by coincidence just went into the ribs of Hayashi before they could head goalward.
Falcons trying to bring the tenacity late. I mean, they know what it's like to pull the dramatics, if you will, but it definitely makes things a bit challenging. Face off, sent all the way down the ice and dies before the goal line as Scarbeck is sent into the zone, and now another jam chance, and Michaels again holding firm, and now more pushing and shoving, and everybody once again is cross with each other.
I saw a Corsair come in and give a cross check to the back of a Falcon, and then another Falcon came in and hit him, and then I swear to God, somebody grabbed a Cobra clutch on one of the Falcons. That happened.
There's going to be at least one penalty on this. So Mason Nichols for the Corsairs. Josh Victor is actually skating to the bench. He is not skating to the penalty box. Cross-checking has been indicated. Looks like that's going to be the only penalty is going to be to Mason Nichols. His first minor of the season. His one penalty was a misconduct.
So 4:34 to play here. You can see there UMass Dartmouth leading 4-2. Falcons now gifted with another power play opportunity. You've got to think they have to put the puck in the net on this one, right, Dan?
They've got to start doing something at least. Shots, according to the live stats, 40-29 in favor of the Corsairs. They've now leveled up a little bit. It was A big disparity earlier in favor of UMD, but now 9-8 in favor of the Corsairs. Falcons starting to turn the table. A lot of shots and chances, but Michaels has held firm in the Corsair goal. Now another power play for the green and gold. And Fitchburg just looking for a shooting lane. Kramer to the right side. Di Nicola to the left dot. This is Warilla. Now Di Nicola takes a shot out in front, looking for a chance. One of the Falcons goes flying. A penalty is going to be called. It's going to be against UMass Dartmouth. And now the Falcons, they should be trying to make UMass Dartmouth touch the puck. So they're going to just take the shot on, because we've already explained this once before. A delayed penalty against UMass Dartmouth already on the power play for the Falcons. Just let UMD touch it, and then you get a longer 5-on-3. But tripping is going to be the call, and you saw one of the Falcons just going flying.
James Gordon got upended. He was skates over heels for a second.
Casey Shea goes to the box, his 9th minor penalty of the season, and the Falcons now have another 5-on-3. See if they can make this one last, see if they can make this one count. So this is Di Nicola. Strong play from Jonathan Ruiz, preventing him from really being able to do much of anything. The Corsairs going to play tight. There's a shot save, and Di Nicola couldn't get on the rebound. Corsairs try to clear. Warilla tries to shoot, goes through traffic, might have gone off of Wilhoit. Now right side, one-timer, kick save by Michaels. Warilla retrieves it, 55 on the 5-on-3, 3:30 in the game. There's another shot that deflects wide. Di Nicola retrieves, goes to Kramer, right side. Now Warilla shoots, that didn't get all the way through. Try again, Kramer shoots, save by Michaels. He got it with the glove, it held on.
Dan, we are set up at the near side, which is where the visiting fans are. The traveling contingent from UMass Dartmouth and the Dartmouth players themselves just banging on the boards with every block from Hunter Wilhoit, with every save by Drew Michaels. These Corsairs are into this game, and right now they are in the driver's seat.
And timeout called, 3:17 to go in this contest. Fitchburg State 2, UMass Dartmouth 4. The Falcons trying to pull an incredible comeback. We've mentioned it before. They came from 3 goals down with 4 minutes to play to tie UMass Dartmouth back on Halloween. They're trying to pull another comeback here tonight. So timeout called on the ice. With 3:17 left, it is Fitchburg's timeout, and Dean Fuller calling up a play here, looking for his 525th win.
I know I made the joke earlier. It tickles me so very pink that Kirby Sari actually has Kirby on the back of his helmet. I love that.
I mean, it's like you've got to do it if you've got that name.
Yeah. You could also go with the vacuum cleaner from the Brave Little Toaster, but that's a little more obscure.
A little more.
Just a little. Just as funny, though.
So once again, the shots now, from what I can see, 40-33 in favor of UMass Dartmouth. Shots in this period now 12-9 in favor of Fitchburg in the game. But still, the Falcons need 2 goals. But the Corsairs have to kill 2 penalties. The draw is to the left of Drew Michaels. The Corsairs win the draw, they clear it. And the Falcons' net is empty. They have 6 skaters on the ice. But it does mean the Falcons have to go all the way down and retrieve this by themselves. Might as well go for it. A 3-man advantage for the Falcons now. 3 minutes to go in regulation time. Here's Warilla. Now Kramer looking for Di Nicola, had trouble getting there, and the Corsairs can go for the empty net from anywhere. They're going to have a go at this one. It's going to go wide, but no icing because they're on the kill. That's why they can shoot from anywhere. 10 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Technically a 6-on-3 now. And Kramer brings it up. Kramer looking, finds Di Nicola. Falcons will have to go with the 6-on-4 now as one of the Corsairs is out of the box. That's Nichols. 6-on-4 now. Di Nicola, left side, one-timer, sent it to the netting and out of play.
Falcons are taking their time, trying to set up their shots. They're getting shots off, but these shots are blocked time after time again. I still believe that more pucks have hit the stick of Hunter Wilhoit on defense than have actually gotten through to Michaels.
And that's great defense by Wilhoit, the junior defenseman.
And the Corsairs will take their timeout.
2:23 to go in this game. 27 seconds remain on the penalty to Casey Shea. Again, 4-2 the score. UMass Dartmouth leading. 2 goals in this third period, one at the end of their 5-on-3 and 5-on-4 from Jonathan Ruiz, and then Jeff Kirkwood at 6:53, making it 4-2.
And real quick, folks, while we have a moment here, we do want to tell you about our next game. It will be, I believe, 2 weeks from tonight. Is that right? 3 weeks from tonight, excuse me. Saturday, January the 27th. Another 4 o'clock puck drop. Dan, you will have that game flying solo, I believe.
That may be the case. There may be other plans in the works. So.
Ooh, a tease.
Yep, so stay tuned for that. But I will definitely be calling that game on the 27th.
And who are the Falcons playing on that day?
That'll be Worcester State.
Thank you.
And Worcester State 10-1 this year. But their one loss came to Fitchburg State.
We are the one.
We are the
10-1.
Absolutely. It's a Sterling Cup rivalry matchup. You don't want to miss it. 4 o'clock from the Civic Center in 3 weeks' time. Saturday the 27th. Set your calendars. McPherson now long. There's a shot, save, rebound, another chance in front. Scramble in the goal mouth. Everyone hacking at the puck. Where's it gone? Not into the net. That's where it's not gone. I can tell you that much. But now 8 seconds to go. McPherson with the shots. That's knocked down in front. Another chance out in front. That doesn't go. The puck squirts out of the zone. And a race to get there. McPherson is able to retrieve it. The Corsairs are back to full strength. They have 6 on the ice. They've gone for the empty net. They've just missed it by a couple of feet, and that is icing as the penalty has expired. 1:47 on the clock.
Jerry Laxo took that shot from his blue line. It looked for a moment like it was going to seal the deal here, but it just went wide of the net. Gives the Falcons the icing call, and they'll get another face-off deep in the Corsair end.
1:47 remaining in this contest. Draw one by the Corsairs. They immediately dump it down ice. They've got to try to win this race to the dots, and they do just that. But of course, UMass Dartmouth trying very hard to win that race from Casey Shea. Remember, if he gets the dots with a clear victory over any Falcon, the icing is waved off. Face off again to the right of Michaels. They battle for it. It goes into the left wing boards, 1:35 left. Falcons need 2 goals. Along for Germain, left point. Now back to Germain. Germain takes a shot. Glove saved by Michaels, he holds on. Now 85 seconds left.
Dan, I know the Falcons have put 2 pucks in the net tonight. I've seen them do it. It feels so very long ago, and the Falcon offense has not seemed capable of scoring recently.
It's been a challenge. The Corsairs have been doing very well to block some chances, break up the shooting lanes. And we've seen all those scrambles in the net mouth, like right here. And now another shot through all this traffic. It still doesn't go through. This is sent down the ice. And it's not going to go in the net, so the clock will stop with 1:12 to go.
I think UMass Dartmouth is perfectly fine with icing. Yes, they'd like to, control the puck in the far end and burn more clock and maybe score a 5th goal. If they have to win this game 7 seconds at a time, just dumping the puck down the end, they'll take it.
I believe so, and especially with the 2-goal deficit. They know the Falcons need to score not once, but twice. It's worth taking that chance. Shot save, rebound, goes wide to the right. And now DiNicola trying to pick it up here. Falcons with some of their more dangerous scorers on the ice. Here's Kramer. Kramer through traffic wide. McPherson will retrieve at the left side. Corsairs trying to take it away. But there is more Falcon skaters right now with the empty net. 45 seconds. McPherson fakes the shot, takes it now. It's blocked out in front. Figgy has no idea where it is. And now the Corsairs have it. This is Tenza. Tenza gains the line. And now McPherson just trying to keep it away from him. And a whistle. A penalty has been called. One of the Corsairs was upended behind the play.
Noah Anderson is down back by his own net, having trouble getting to the bench.
Warilla sent to the penalty bench, and that might very well ice it there. With 32.4 seconds left, the Corsairs are going to finish the game on the power play, it so seems.
The Falcons are going to bring back a goaltender as well. Kirby Sari will head into the net. And now it is a theoretical, mathematical possibility that the Falcons will score 2 goals. It is by no means a probability.
It's going to be very, very difficult now. It would be quite the scene if it happened, but I wouldn't bet on it. Here's the Corsairs with a quick chance, and Sorry, after sitting on the bench for the last few minutes, he's able to make a save. Now another chance, and wow, Sorry was able to get over, keep that one out of the net.
Sorry's playing without a stick at the moment. He's heading for the bench just to get it off the ice.
Yep. And now another glove save by Michaels. The faceoff will be to his right. Yep, Sorry lost his stick at some point. Now he's probably, well, he doesn't have it back. He's just going to the bench now, and the linesman will pick up his stick that ended up in the left wing corner. So the Falcons are going to be 5-on-5 here, basically. And at that point, you might as well pull him. Just try to get that goal because you never know what happens. Face-off is won by the Corsairs, though. They send it around, try to clear, can't do so. Another chance. They've got it out of the zone now. Falcons will try to get one more shot, maybe if they can make the scoreline a little more respectable, but they're not going to be able to get a shot off. And time will run out. The Corsairs win it by a score of 4-2.
Tough loss for the Falcons. They got off to the early lead, led this one 2-1 at the end of the first period, but from the time the puck dropped to start the second period, really, UMass Dartmouth just took control of this game and did not let go.
Pretty much, and for the Corsairs, what incredible defense in this third period, especially on that 5-on-3 where the Falcons racked off so many shots for so much time late in the period. The Falcons had more players on the ice than the Corsairs, but UMD basically jamming all the shooting lanes, jamming all the openings and possibilities, all the places where you could put it in the net, and Drew Michaels was playing solidly as well.
Drew Michaels did a fantastic job in goal for UMass Dartmouth on the rare times when he was really challenged. For the most part, the UMass Dartmouth defense, as you said, Dan, was swarming. They were all over the spot. They blocked maybe a dozen shots at least and never even got through to the goaltender.
If we counted block shots, there would just be so many of them for UMass Dartmouth. It would be dizzying to count. But Drew Michaels, he may very well be the player of the game. What a game. He had 37 saves for UMass Dartmouth. And he, along with his team's defense, helped steal this one away. And UMass Dartmouth gets their revenge from Halloween. They take the 2 points here tonight.
Fitchburg State went into the break having won 5 of their last 6 games. Unfortunately, they come out of the break with a loss here. For the Falcons, their next game will be January the 11th against Plymouth State. The next game here on FATV 3 weeks from tonight, January 27th against Worcester State.
Yep, once again, that's going to be a big matchup between those two teams. Again, for Worcester State, they're looking for revenge since Fitchburg has given them their only loss.
We want to thank you folks at home for watching us. We especially want to thank the all-volunteer crew of Fitchburg Access Television, who, as always, did an amazing job today, not only with television production, but also with snow removal, because we can do anything you darn well like us to. We are going to sign off here on Hockey Night in Fitchburg. It has been an honor calling this game with you, Dan. We look forward to seeing you and perhaps a secret mystery guest in 3 weeks.
Perhaps. Again, stay tuned.
All right. We're going to sign off, folks. You have yourselves a good night. And, hey, happy College Football Saturday.